Welcome back, everybody. In this next movie review, I'm going to talk about a movie that the movie itself is, at best, mediocre. There was a lot of issues that I have with the movie itself. I mean, I do like the star of the movie a lot. He's a good actor. But some of the other folks in this movie shouldn't have been in this movie just because they have no talent and the plot stinks for the most part. I mean, it just needed like some serious help. Not like the whole like supporting cast stinks. It's just one particular person as an actress or actor stinks to high heavens and shouldn't be allowed to be in a movie ever again. I mean, they're pretty bad, and most movies that this person's in end up being, in a word, lemons. Well, anyway, it's this movie here, Dick Tracy. Of course, here's, like, the bad guys in the movie. It's got, I can tell you here, Warren Beatty is Dick Tracy, of course. Al Pacino is Big Boy Caprice. That's him there. Madonna, of course, is Breathless Mahoney. This is Glenne Headly as Tess Trueheart. That's the kid there with Warren Beatty. It was played by Charlie Korsmo. Dick Van Dyke's in this movie. Seymour Castle, James Keane as Sam Catchum and Pat Patton. Michael Pollard as Bug Bailey. Charles Durning as Chief Brandon. Kathy Bates as Mrs. Green, the stenographer. I didn't realize that was Kathy Bates. I mean, I watched the movie and I went, that's her? I'm like, doesn't look like her. Of course, in Hollywood, they can make you up to look like whatever. Obviously, by, the picture here. The Mob, of course, has got Dustin Hoffman in it. He's not in this picture. But there's William Forsythe as Flat Top. That's him right there. Ed Ross is Itchy. That's him right here behind William Forsythe and Madonna. Then there's James Tolkien as Numbers. Mandy Paquin is 88 Keys. R.G. Armstrong is Prune Face. And that's Prune Face right there behind Al Pacino. Henry Silva is Influence. Paul Sorvino is Lips Manless. James Caan as Spud Spaldoni. And Catherine O'Hara as Texty Garcia. Catherine O'Hara was in Beetlejuice, and I liked her in that movie, which I'll talk about in a different review. But as far as the one person who should not have been in this movie because they stink as an actor or actress is Madonna. I mean, if she hadn't been in this movie, I think it would have been a lot better because, let's face it, the woman, the only thing she's good for is singing. She can't act. I mean, there's a line in Evita that Antonio Banderas says in that movie, and it pretty accurately describes Madonna. She can't sing and she can't act. It's more like she can't act. I mean, she stinks at it. I mean, I don't know why she's been in at least 3 movies, counting this one. One of the other ones is, of course, Evita, and another one is, no, I can't remember that stupid 80s movie. Desperately Seeking Susan. That's what it was. But, she cannot act to save her life. I mean, she is just, she stinks at it. I mean, not that I'm bashing her or anything, it's just, like, I watched this movie, and I saw it in the theater when it came out back in 1990, and I watched it in Florida. And I'm like, this woman needs to take acting classes. I mean, thank God for Andrew Lloyd Webber making her take voice lessons, because she sounded decent singing-wise in Evita, but in this movie, if she hadn't been in that movie, if they'd put somebody else in that movie, and Dick Tracy, she would have, the movie would have been a little bit better on that end, and the script needed some help. I looked the information up on Wikipedia, and that's how come I was able to tell you who all was in the movie. I'll tell you what, I mean, it says it right on the Wikipedia thing. If you look up the movie Dick Tracy, that, you know, they redid the script for this movie a bunch of times, and it just, you know, it fell through. They should have had me write it. Not to sound, you know, conceited or anything, but the script, you know, just the script was okay. But I really, you know, like Glenne Headly in this movie. She did a really good job as Tess Trueheart. I thought she was very pretty. And the little boy that played the kid did a good job too. I mean, Warren Beatty did a fine acting job himself, but it's just the movie needed like a little bit of help, namely get Madonna out of there and work on the script. But other than that, I mean, everybody else was fine. And I really like Dustin Hoffman in this movie. He's a great actor too. It's like every time I see him, I think of his movie Tootsie. I don't own that movie, but it's like every time I see him, I think of like that, and I would say the one movie, but it sounds like if you say the name, it sounds like you're saying a bad word. Well, anyway, folks, I'm gonna pause here, and I've got some more movies to review, so let's get reviewing. All right, hang on.